In today's video, I just wanted to go through and show you guys how I take AI content and turn it into something that Google will go through and see as human written. So I like using this tool from Julian Goldie that's a custom GPT. So pretty much what it does is it will take your keyword and then create an article outline like this. Goes through and gives rough numbers on how many words per section, just so that way if you're writing it you have that, or if you want to go through and use AI like we're using today, the AI knows about how many words to use. And then it gives you a list of LSI and NLP keywords. So LSI keywords are similar keywords to your main keyword that Google expects to go through and see within your article. Goes through and gives you some external links. It will go through and sometimes go through and give you actual links to YouTube videos, or it will go through and do this. I don't use YouTube videos in any of my blogs anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. But so after it spits out that outline, it will ask you, do you want to write part one of the article? Say yes. Here are all of my internal links that I want to use. So I went ahead and grabbed 5 of my internal links that I think might be relevant for this blog post. And then it goes through and the outline plus your internal links to start writing part 1, this short little key takeaways table, which I think every blog should have, just that way right up front users know exactly what you're going to be talking about. I do this in addition to the table of contents. Has some short paragraphs underneath each heading. This is great for the readability, which is one of the things that we'll work on later in this video, is making it so that way it's more readable, since normally ChatGPT comes out with a grade 12, 13, 14 reading level, which is not where we want to be. But anyways, we'll go through and keep going through. It keeps the same sort of formatting, short paragraphs, includes your internal links, and then it will go through and say, I'm done with part 1. Do you want me to move on with part 2? You say yes. I go through and typically always put both the article and use internal and external links, just so that way it remembers to go through and continue adding those. You take all of that. Once it's done with part 2, it says, do you want me to change anything, add additional H2s or H3s? In this case I do, since it did not include my FAQs. So down here I said, you forgot the FAQs. It went through and then wrote all of my FAQs out for me and then linked out once again. So what you're going to go through and want to do next is copy each one of those sections and then take it over to Hemingway. Hemingway is a readability checker. So this one it actually did a great job on, since the content's straight out of ChatGPT is a grade level 8, which, like I said, it's normally 12, 13, 14 reading level. So once you go through and get everything down to a grade level 9 or below, which is what everyone recommends you readability down to, we'll go through and take the entire thing from here over into Grammarly, and then it will go through and give you all these suggestions on how to fix grammar, how to word things to go through and make everything more clear. I'll go through all of these, make sure that they all make sense, and then I'll come back. So as you can go through and see, I have now gone through and got rid of all of Grammarly's suggestions over here. Once I have all those gone, I'll come over here, click plagiarism. It will go through and check. It says 1% of your text matches this source. So it tells you the actual text that's plagiarized and exactly the source. I'm not terribly worried about it. I'm like, high quality backlinks come from reputable sources. I'm like, that's going to be something that tons of people have. I'm not terribly worried about it being plagiarized, since the industry says up to 3%. I'm like, I don't like going above 1. Anyways, that is how you go through and go straight from just a keyword through the AI writing to having it look human. For me and my team to go through, and you can go through and book here in your free strategy calls here to go through and buy directly from us, I'll go through and include those in the description as well. And see you next time. Thanks.